Hi guys, welcome. My name is Lilia and I am a relationship coach and a narcissist abuse survivor. On this channel, I'm putting out content about relationship dynamics, dating advice for both men and women, and of course, everything about the relationship abuse, narcissistic abuse, and how to overcome that, how to heal from those trauma bonds. So what I want to talk to you guys about today is the 4 stages of a narcissistic relationship cycle. Narcissistic relationships are very much textbook. They're very, very similar and they're very easy to spot if you understand how the narcissist thinks. Once you figure out that you are with a narcissist, that's when you look at it and you're like, okay, I need to get out, because you understand that nothing's gonna change. Because you understand how the person thinks and what is that, that psychological dysfunction that they have. That is, I don't know if that's even a word, but unhealable in our day and time. So let's go ahead and dive in. Stage 1 is when you first meet the narcissist, and the term for it is idealization stage. Why idealization? Because everything seems ideal in this stage, okay? You meet your narcissist and they immediately view you as supply, as this victim that they will later be able to exploit. So what do? They appear ideal and they start to love bomb you. They start to shower you with attention that you've never seen before. They really connect with you. They are very good at mirroring and identifying what is it that you want to hear. So they really spot you and they connect with you on a level that you want to connect with. That's how they get in your head. And they make sure to get in there in a way that they can later manipulate you as much as possible. This first stage, they take all of your time. And during this stage, what they will also try to do is isolate you from all of your friends and family. So they become just that one person for you. And this stage typically lasts about like 3 to 6 months or so. So, gives them just enough time for that honeymoon phase to put you up on this pedestal before they knock you off of it. Stage 2 is called devaluation, and the word speaks for itself. So now they've built you up on this pedestal and they're going to knock you right off of it. Why? Because a narcissist is not okay when things become a little stable emotionally in their relationship. When that love bombing stage was there, they were feeding off of that positive, all these emotions, right? The butterflies. They're, and you're obviously seeing them as this perfect partner. So you're giving them all this value. And then what happens next? They get bored. They're tired of the good. Now things are a little more stable, a little more slow in their relationship. So they don't really care whether it's the good energy or the bad energy. So what happens in the devaluation stage? Well, that's where all those things that appeared pretty good in the beginning are now not so good anymore. They start to criticize you. They start to gaslight you. They start to manipulate you. And those of you who are not familiar with the term gaslighting, it's like when they make you question your perception of reality. I had to tape record my conversation with my ex-partner because I would be told that, no, that didn't happen. No, I didn't say that. And that's something that if you hear that in your relationship, that is gaslighting. When they deny your sense of reality. You should never have to question your sense of reality with your partner, especially not tape record the conversations just so you can say, yes, you did say this. It is never okay. So they will tell you that you're acting crazy and you will literally feel crazy. Or silent treatment will often take place to manipulate you more. They will also make you feel very guilty at times. Like when you guys will fight, they will not only gaslight, but then they will say things like, you don't love me, that's why you're acting this way. Oh, let's not forget cheating. Cheating also takes major role here, okay? Narcissists are like pathological cheaters, if I can say it that way. This is the stage where you're really being broken down. So as a narcissist is devaluing you, they're typically already love bombing somebody else. They're typically already doing that idealization stage with somebody else. Why? Because when we come to the third stage, that's discarding. So they're tired of you, they throw you away, and they're already building up a new cycle with the new supply that they've got. However, let's not mistaken the discarding for they just let you go forever. That's not how a narcissist's head works, because in their head, you belong to them. So when they throw you away, it's more like they just put you away into their little box of toys, of supply, right? And you will be back into their life whenever they wish so. Whenever they hit you up, they expect for you to be right back there because you belong to them in their head. One very common thing you might hear from a narcissist is that they will say, all the time I invested into you. They view you as their investment. So they probably expect some dividend on that, right? So when they throw you away, they still think that you belong to them because of all the time and energy and whatever they think in their head they invested into you. Now, what happens if you're the one that actually discards a narcissist? Let's say you're the one that walked away from the narcissist, okay? So that's going to be a big problem because in their head, it's not how things work, okay? They invested all this time and energy into you, so how dare you leave them? How dare you leave that relationship when you belong to them? And I want for you to know that leaving a narcissist is not simple. People think it's just as simple as leaving any other normal individual, but it's not like that. They get very, very vindictive. They are very dangerous people because, once again, in their head, you belong to them. So a narcissist deep down is a very insecure individual. And if you leave them yourself, then they're forced to understand that they just got dumped and they become very dangerous. They might start stalking you. They might start harassing you over the phone. They might start blackmailing you. A lot of the time you will see these people have restraining orders filed against them, which doesn't really help. It's a dark battle, and people don't quite understand that. The fourth stage is called hoovering. Hoovering is the stage where the narcissist tries to suck you back into the relationship. So hoovering is a stage that only happens if you allow it to happen, right? Because if you figure out that you were dealing with a narcissist, you're not going to get back into that cycle. However, hoovering is a stage that can turn into a very dangerous stage because, remember, in the narcissist's head, you belong to them. Whether they threw you away or whether you broke up with them, you belong to them in their head because they invested all that time and energy into you. So now when they're not getting you back with that little love bombing that they will throw at you while hoovering you, they will get really angry. So they will have that rage that comes out. You will experience the narcissist calling you repeatedly, texting you, trying to give you a little bit of attention, like that love bombing, but not as much as it was in the beginning stage, of course. And then they will get severely angry if they're not getting you back. So they will literally start harassing you, blackmailing you, maybe driving by your house, trying to meet you in person. And that's where you might see yourself, moving away from the city that you lived in, or maybe you'll have to change your phone number or file a restraining order. Like, it depends on how severe the situation is. So believe me, when the narcissist throws you away, when they discard you, you're the lucky one, because when you dump the narcissist, that's when things get even more dark. And I know a lot of the time people will underestimate how bad and how dangerous these people actually get, how vindictive they get. And I want you to be prepared. Like, if you're leaving this kind of relationship, I want you to be prepared to leave, especially if you have children involved, if you're married to them, because it's going to cost you money and it's going to be a freaking war zone. Remember that. I really hope that this information helps you. I will be putting out a lot more information on the narcissistic abuse and how to leave these kinds of relationships and how to heal that trauma bond. Okay, if you like this video and want to receive more of this kind of content, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video on Friday. Take care.